Hi guys, back again with another video. Now this video is going to be unboxing and what to expect video for the Redmi Earbuds S. Now this is a truly wireless earbud which has a lot of features. So basically this is IPX4 rated, so you can use it when you're sweating. You can it's splash proof. It has 12 hours of backup, but 12 hours is not in the earbud, it's with the case. So 4 hours in the earphone, so it can charge this 3 additional times, so 12 hours in total. Now if you're using it in mono mode, then it's 24 hours, so that's another thing. It works with your voice assistant, so that's also nice. We'll be testing all of that, and rest of the features we'll be looking at on the phone itself. Now this has a MRP of 2,399, but you can actually buy it for 1,799 from the MI store right now. So let's go ahead, open this up and then see what all do we get with this. Okay, so you'll have to open it from the front and the back for some reason, because the manual and the earbuds are here and the actual earphone and the charging case is on the top, so you'll have to open both the sides. So this is something new which I've never seen with MI earphones before. Okay, so this is the Redmi earbud. This is actually pretty small. I didn't expect it to be this small, but immediately I can see one thing, that this is actually rubbing against the top over here. I think you'll be able to see the marks. So it is actually rubbing against the top, so there is a possibility that the color will go from here, but anyways we'll be testing that. Okay, so that's the case. You have the charging point over here, plus minus on both the sides, and you have a micro USB charging port. So that's how it is. Now it has the same kind of material that the MI mouse has. Let me just show you that. So it has similar kind of material. Now this kind of material has a habit of getting these kind of marks, so do expect that from this also. So I think the finishing looks good, but I don't think this is going to survive that long. You will get marks and scratches on this, but anyways, for this price I will not be complaining. Let's look at the earbuds. So you have the large and the small over here, and the medium is already over here. So you have large, you have 3 sizes. Now when you buy this, you will have a small, actually it's written over here. So there's a protective film on this, so you have to remove that, only then the charging will start. So let me remove that film. So hopefully you can see the lights. You have the small red lights. It's a little dim, but it's okay, it's there. Let's look at the manual. Okay, that's a big manual. So it shows you how to charge the case, about the indicators. So you have the multifunction button, the indicator, the microphone. Okay, so the microphone is in the front, and the contact points. So that's how it is. This is how you have to put it in your ears and then use it. Charging, turning on, turning off, connection, reset. Okay, so let me go through this. Let me pair it with my phone, listen to some music, and then we'll talk about this. Then we'll go into detail about the box, about everything else. So I'll see you in a while. Okay, so let's take a look at the case first and then the earbuds, then we will be talking about the rest of the things. I actually used it for 2 days, so now I know all the functions that it has. Still the testing is still going on, but because of the corona situation I can't go out, so most of the testing will be done later on. So let's start with the case. So the case is plain and simple. You have this matte finish which will get scratched later on. The color will come off. It has started coming off for me, even in 2 days itself it has started coming off, but that is normal. Now you have this Redmi written over here instead of MI on the other devices. So this is supposed to be one of their budget devices. So all the ones with Redmis are supposed to be budget. The ones with the MI one are more of the premium range. Now let's open this up. So the case does not creak. The magnet over here is very good. It closes pretty well. It does not open up, but when you shake it, you hear the matchbox sound. That's actually the earbuds. Even though they're magnetic and they will not fall, so they will not fall, but still that shake creates a mark on the case, on the lid. So that's something that you have to expect. What I would suggest is just put a sellotape or something here, so the color doesn't come off from this. So that way you will save the color of the earbud also, because this will also get affected later on. Now it's not very easy to remove this from the case because it goes more than half inside. So when you remove it, it is a little slippery because it's rounded over here. So you have to struggle a little bit in the starting. Once you get used to it, it will be okay. But for me, it was not that great. The experience was not that great to take it out. Putting it in, it was fine, and you can recognize left or right even without looking at the mark at the back, because this actually is angled towards one side. You see that the earbud is actually angled that way. So then you know where it goes, and it goes in perfectly. If you put it at the right angle, it goes in perfectly. You won't have any issues. Let's remove that. Okay, I'm still struggling. Okay, so that's the charging point, and everything about the box is fine. The only thing I did not like about this is you have a charging LED indicator which is underneath, but it just has one light, red light. Now when it's completely charged, the red light goes off, so it does not turn into a white light or green light or anything like that, and there's no way of telling how much battery does the case have. So that's one thing which I did not like. Like other cases, whether it's a cheap earphone or expensive earphone, they have a battery indicator for the case. This does not have a battery indicator, so remember that. So what I do is I charge it fully. When I see that the light is off, I know that it's fully charged. So that's the only thing. You'll have to calculate it in your mind, like how many times you took it out, how many times you used it, how much battery is left in the case. You will have to do it yourself. If you forget, then you can't, I mean, no one can help you with that. Now the earphone itself has 4 hours of battery life if you use it for at around 70% volume. Now let's take a closer look at the earbud itself. Now it's completely made of plastic, no metal involved. You have this portion, this entire big portion is a button. So you press it once, play, press it again, pause. If you're in a call, then you can press it once, it will answer a call. Keep it pressed for 2 seconds, it will reject the call. But because they had to incorporate two functions, which is your voice assistant and the gaming mode, so they had to choose between those two. So they had to remove the forward track and backward track option. So normally in these kind of earphones, you double press, you go forward, and you triple press, you go back. Now in this, you do not have that option. When you're playing music, if you double press, it will just pause and play again. It will not go to the next one. So no next and previous song selection, that's not there. Now when you double press this, voice assistant will come up, and if you triple press it, your gaming mode will switch on. Now we'll talk about gaming mode later on. Now the earbuds are actually pretty good. When you wear it, it fits in most of the ears, even small ears, big ears, nothing, no issues. It does protrude out a little bit. Like I would have liked it to be a little more smaller. I don't know how good it will be under my helmet. I'll be doing my sound test, and then we'll see how good this is going to be with sound. Now I have taken phone calls on this. The phone calls were good, exceptionally good for a truly wireless earphone. Now the mic is over here. Let me do a close-up. The mic is over here, and it actually picks up your sound very nicely. So this is one of the best budget truly wireless earphone, good for calling purpose. So that's one thing which I really liked about this. So you have the left right marking over here, you have the charging port over here. The earbud has a mesh which is not going to be waterproof. Now since it's IPX4 rated, sweat will not be an issue, and a little bit of splash of water on top, light splash should be okay, but I would not suggest putting it in water or washing it under a tap or something. This will go bad. Now let's talk about the design itself. Now this is not going to be universal. You cannot use it, or you cannot use the same earbud on left or right ear. It is marked as left or right, and it has to go into that ear itself because it has an angle to it. So now one thing I noticed about this is it actually fits pretty well. You have 3 extra earbuds which you can actually change. ear tips, which you can actually change and custom fit it according to your ear. And I have actually tried jogging with it and it did not fall. It fitted in properly. It does take the support of your ear, so it can be put like this, it can be put like that, so it actually fits pretty well. One of the best budget truly wireless earbud which actually fits your ears and does not fall off. Okay, so let's talk about the sound quality now. The sound quality on this is very different. It's not bass heavy, but it is bass emphasized. So it's basically a flat sound signature, so the treble is almost missing. They have brought down the treble as much as possible, and the vocals are good. So it's a very good earphone to listen to any podcast, or if you're watching any serial where you don't have to deal with most of the instruments, then this is fine. And the bass is emphasized, where if there's a music with bass, or if you're playing games, you want to hear footsteps and all, it emphasizes on that, but it does not have deep low end bass, so that is missing. But then I do not expect that from a budget earphone. So this will you will actually enjoy your music on this. If you're a purist, please stay away, this is not for you. If you're a bass head, you will still enjoy it, even though it does not emphasize on low end bass that much. The sound quality is good. Now, because it has that kind of sound quality, that kind of sound signature, that's why it has that kind of battery life. The battery life actually lasts for 3.5 hours easily if you're using it in between 70 to 80% volume. If you go at 100% volume, then it may go down to maybe 2.5 or 3 hours or so, but I haven't tested it at 100% volume as yet. Now let's talk about the gaming mode. Now it has something called low latency gaming mode. Now that helps you in having better sync between the picture and the audio. So with truly wireless earphones, especially my Sony series, Sony truly wireless earphones have this issue where if you're watching videos, you cannot have the sound and video synced properly. So there's always a disturbance in that. This one is, this feature is supposed to help you in fixing that. Now, this earphone is very good at regular mode itself, that you do not even have to use the latency mode. So I did not end up using, I used it on PUBG, in Call of Duty, I used it to watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hotstar, whatever online streaming thing I could use. I even used it on Dragon Raja game, and the sound quality the sound quality was good, and the latency was not even there. So I did not even have to use it. I did switch on the gaming mode option and then use it while I was watching movie, while I was playing games. So one more thing about the game latency mode is that you can activate it anytime. It's not limited to games only. You can use it wherever. So now the only difference I could see was that the battery was getting used more. Other than that, the sound quality and the everything was the same. Okay, so before we end the video, let's talk about the battery on this too. So the earbud itself has a 43 mAh battery, and the charging case has a 300 mAh battery, which is actually pretty good. If you look at a lot of truly wireless earphones, the battery on the case are getting smaller. So this one, they did not make it that small. It's still 300 mAh, so that's good. And the battery on this is good for the size. Now the ones that I've used, the other ones, the bigger ones, have a little bigger battery, but their size is pretty big. Okay, so what to expect from this earphone, and who should buy this, or who is it for? Let's talk about that. Now this is actually a budget earphone with premium features. So you have a lot of features which you don't even get in like 5,000, 10,000 rupees earbuds. Also the game latency mode, which is actually a premium feature which they've put in this. You have voice assistant built into it, and the button. So now a lot of companies have gone from button to touch. I actually like the button better if the button is tactile enough and does not push in too much into your ears. So this does not push in too much to your ears. It is tactile enough. so I did not struggle with pushing into my ears a lot. So that ways it's very good. The sound signature is good, except for purists. If you're a purist, then stay away from this. This is mainly emphasized on mids and the lows. So that's basically it. I will be doing further tests later on. As soon as the lockdown gets over, I'll go out and I'll do the rest of the tests, the sound test, the waterproofness test, and all of that. And then we'll be talking more in detail about this, about all the features. So that's it for this video. If you like the video, please subscribe with the like button and do comment, and I'll see you again with another video. Bye bye.